Hey guys, so I'm basically like really excited about this video. Today I'm going to be starting a new series called #Advice with Carl. Now I'm new to YouTube, so I think that I'm really good at giving advice videos, so this would be one of my thing on videos besides DIYs and like routines that I would give you guys. I'm definitely going to be giving you guys advice. So video is actually obviously the first one of the series #Advice with Carl, and it's based on commonly asked questions among teenage relationships. I actually wrote these questions down in a book so that I will have them for you guys. That's what I'm looking at while I'm talking here. So these questions, a lot of my friends come to me for advice, so these questions are basically what they ask me. So I'm going to answer these questions to you guys, and this is just part one of this video. So yeah, the first question is how to approach your boyfriend or girlfriend's parents. Now it's actually like a lot of people get stressed and nervous when they have to go meet the parents or like talk to them. Even over the phone they get like really nervous and stressed, but there's actually nothing to worry about at all. All you have to do basically, of course, if whether you're the girlfriend or boyfriend, anyway, just ask the other person some things about their parents. Ask them what sort of things that their parents are interested in, like if they like sports, if they like gardening, I don't know, just kitchen, they like to cook or something like that, and you would know what to talk to them about. That is one thing, like something that they like would actually strike up a conversation, so you would know what to talk to them about. So you would mention that even if you don't like the things that they like, just find something similar that you two like, so that you would be able to talk to them about it. And another thing, you must always, if you are going to meet the parents, always dress properly. Don't show anything, don't dress indecent at all. Especially girls, don't wear the too over short skirts or the short pants or anything like that, but just dress decently. Always have manners. Say good morning, good evening, sir, madam, I don't know, miss. I don't know, you ask them what you should call them, and if they're really friendly, it would actually be easier for you because you wouldn't be quite as nervous or worried about like how to speak to them. So you should be okay. And one more thing is that you should actually know, like, you shouldn't meet them too soon, I would say, because you know sometimes some of the questions that parents tend to ask is how long have you guys been dating, or how long have you guys been together, and like, oh, if it's the girl's parents, they would be like what do you intend to do with your life, and that's how the questions basically go. So if you know you're not ready for certain types of questions like these, I highly recommend don't meet the parents quite as yet. But if it is a really serious relationship and you do want to meet the parents, keep in mind that you would have to answer some of these questions. So sort of get your life kind of straightened out in the sense that you could answer these questions and they don't get discouraged or they don't dislike you from you answering these questions. So yeah. So moving on to question number 2, it is, should I be worried that my friends don't like my boyfriend or girlfriend? So two answers to that, yes and no. Why you should not be worried is basically this, because that is your friend, and if they really are your friends and they care about you, they would not like the guy. They would try to accept him and get to know him better. They would understand that you guys love each other, that he loves you, and they just have to accept that, because at the end of the day, they are not the ones who is with him, you are. So it's basically just that is your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. So if you do if it bothers you a lot that your friends don't like him, one thing I would suggest is actually like trying to get them to spend time with each other, like go to the mall, park, anyway, a picnic, the beach, and get something that they have a similar interests on, some ground that they have. So I'm sure everybody loves the beach, so I would recommend the beach, and everybody loves food. So get them to know each other, get them to see the type of person that your boyfriend or girlfriend is, and they would, you know, they would accept them. But then there are sometimes that some friends, even though I don't even know if you should call them friends, because they are just jealous of your relationship. That's why they tend to not like the guy, or they tend to not like the girl. Sometimes like if they don't like if your guy friends don't like your girlfriend, then sometimes they think that you are spending too much time with your girlfriend, so you don't have any time for them. So definitely try to equalize your time and show them both that you have time for both of them and you love both of them. They are both they are both part of your life. And if it's your girlfriends who don't like that boyfriend, sometimes it could be based on the same thing, as in like the time management. You think they're probably saying that you're spending more time with him than you spend with her. That's one of the problems of my friends, that they just get jealous for. Or another problem could be that that's why I say I don't know if you would consider them real friends, because they actually feel jealous of your relationship if it's like a really serious or strong relationship, and like they would probably try to compare their relationship to yours and stuff like that, and that's just not right. So even if you are still friends with this person, you should actually just talk to them and let them know that they really shouldn't do that, and you love this guy and this guy loves you, so they have to try to accept him. And yes, you should be worried that they don't like your boyfriend and girlfriend in this case. If you are typically always in and out of relationships, if you really can't make up your mind, and you are the girl who is like very undecisive, you don't know like which guy loves you, or you always pick the bad guy, the guy on the motorcycle, so the one with the really fancy car and the loud music, and you just like you can't really make up your mind, and the type of guys that you picked is really like your friends think that you deserve better than that, and you know, they don't think that this guy loves you. And I would say, in a sense, just try to be a strong girl, try to be a strong independent girl, make up your mind, choose the guy who you feel is best for you. Don't just fall in love randomly with the bad guy or the good guy. Yes, definitely the good guy, but just fall in love with somebody who will accept you for being you, and who you have interest in. You could actually talk to him about things and not be like nothing to say much to each other. You know, spend time with each other. That is very important. Spending time with each other and getting to know each other better, that is the most important thing of relationship. And also there are some, if you do tend to always pick the bad guy, there are some bad guys who you could be that one girl to change his whole life around and help him become the good guy. But then again, I'm not saying you are the good girl or you aren't that girl who would change him, but don't stick around for everything that goes wrong. If he always makes mistakes and is always cheating on you and always doing the wrong thing, do not just stick around and be thinking, okay, he's gonna change, I'm the girl who's gonna change him. Just don't do that. That is not wrong. I mean, like once, twice, you could probably overlook it, forgive him, try to help him through it, but if he keeps doing it, do not stick around with that guy, you understand? So my third question is it wrong to be with a guy shorter than yourself? So I would say definitely not. I don't see the problem with that, because the only problem that I see with that is society, and society does have a problem with that, because it's like if you are tall and this guy is really shorter than you, they think it looks weird and looks bad, and you should get someone who's like your height or taller than you, because the guy is said to be the masculine figure. They have to be all possessive of power and authority and taller than you, but that just doesn't make any sense. Because if you do feel weird because this guy is shorter than you, trust me girls, do not. One strong suggestion is that just when you always spend time with him, do not wear heels, try to wear as flat slippers as you could, and try to wear less jeans, because jeans actually tend to make you look taller. So, you know, just try to wear things that don't make you look that much taller than him, and honestly, don't care what people think, because it's not them who's with the person, you are with the person, and honestly, nothing is wrong if he is shorter than you. I'm really a really short girl, so I don't think I could get anyone who's shorter than me, but my boyfriend is just way taller than me, so I'm quite okay with that. And Again, there is nothing wrong with being with a guy who is shorter than you. Just my motto that I live up to is I always say that I don't care or and I really consider what people think about me. Once I know I'm doing the right thing, and if you know that you really love this person really loves you, do not care if people say he's not the right one for you just because he's shorter than you. Not it. Don't listen to that, girls. Don't listen to that. Anyway, my fourth question is, why do we teens fall in love with people we can't keep? Now, there's actually many reasons for this, because I would say one of the main reasons is because we are young and we like to explore, because we are teenagers. I can only give this from a girl's perspective. I don't know from a guy's perspective, but from my perspective, I would say it depends on the problems and the situation that we are currently going through. We tend to choose people depending on that. Most of us, because we are teenagers, we don't make the right decision to pick the guy who would really love us. Like the first guy that we think shows interest in us and loves us, we would tend to go for him, and that's not right. One of the reasons why, and most teenage girls, yes, most, I am so happy that I'm not one of them, tend to always fall for the bad guy or the really, really handsome guy, and they don't go for the not so handsome guy and who has a great personality, who is waiting for you, and that is the one in the corner who really, really likes you, but you don't see him and you just push past him and go to this what do you say, eye candy. Yes, definitely only eye candy, and he is like the worst jerk ever. Do not do that, girls. And we do this because sometimes some of us could be having a problems at home or at school. We could be getting bullied, or we just think that we are not recognized, we're ugly, or we're chubby, or over thin, I don't know, something like that. Things like that bother us, so we tend to pick the first guy that actually show interest in us. And sometimes we look for people who are older because we think that they're more mature and we would understand it better, but it's actually very hard to keep a relationship with somebody who's a guy who's much older than you, because there are different levels of thinking and beliefs, so you have to kind of get yourself up to that level, and that's not what you should do, because you are a teenager. So you should be having a relationship that is good enough for you, and somewhere that you could actually be on the same level of thinking, and you shouldn't be like way different grades, like you in high school and he in college, university, working. No, that actually doesn't really work out. So my advice to you guys is actually, girls, sorry, I would say do not rush into a relationship with the first guy that shows interest in you because you are a teenager and you think that you need a relationship, because honestly, you don't need to be in a relationship or have a boyfriend just because everybody else does. You could be your own happy self doing fun things that people can't, because trust me, being in a relationship is not always this bed of roses where this guy is always giving you roses and it's so nice because he loves you, and for Valentine's Day you have a Valentine. No, it's not that easy. Anyway, so question number 5 is really, really simple, and it's basically, is it okay to have a is it okay to be in a teenage relationship? And this is a yes or no question, yes and no question, obviously, because let me tell you why. So this question, I'm sorry, I just lost my train of thought here. Anyway, back to it. So yes and no, because it actually depends on our age in a sense, and our priorities, and what we really have to do in life, what level we are at in life, and what do we have to do. So if we're between, okay, teenager is what, 11 to like 18, 19. If we're like 11 to 14 or 15, I would say we are most likely not ready for a relationship, because I'll tell you, when I was 11 and 14, I was definitely not anywhere close to ready for a relationship. That never even crossed my mind. I was just focused on schoolwork and fun things. I am a very childish person at heart, so I was just focused on reading and having fun and going to all these play parks and zoos and all these things. Definitely not a relationship. But when you are that age, you tend to be have more friends and want to go out, go to the mall constantly, go shopping. If you're a guy, play video games and just chill with your friends only. You don't really have time, and you have a lot of schoolwork around that time. You have even more schoolwork at, which is way harder when you get older. But your level of thinking is not mature enough to actually keep a relationship. If you do have a relationship, it's basically not gonna last that long because uh you don't know how to really let's say go through the relationship, because you wouldn't know. If you're a girl, you would obviously be very childish like I was, and you wouldn't know how to speak to him. You guys wouldn't know how to talk. You wouldn't know how to maintain this relationship for quite a while, quite a long time, because even though at the beginning a relationship goes really well. Okay, so guys, my I totally got messed up because of that telephone call. But anyway, my train of thought was this. Even though at the beginning of a relationship it was really nice, you guys are now getting to know each other, so it's really amazing. You are learning new things about somebody else, so you tend to connect on this basis. You are forming this bond. You spend time with each other. You take each other out on dates. You go out. You just have fun and relax, and it's kind of like he has to make you fall more in love with him, so he has to be really nice to you, and you have to always be neatly dressed, like really pretty. Don't show him the bad side of you. It's not That is not how the entire relationship is going to go, because it's not always going to be so nice. It's going to get uh, when you go down inside a relationship and it gets strong and you tend to build on that relationship even more, it's going to be harder to maintain a relationship because you are getting to know this person even more, and there may be a lot of differences between you guys, and you have to try to maintain that. And a relationship is a lot about sacrifice and coping with each other's, trying to accept each other's thoughts and beliefs and all these things, because you both have different opinions. So to be in a relationship with somebody, you have to be able to have a mature level of thinking. So that is why I'm saying, when you're like 11 to 14, 15, you're not really ready for that. From 16 to up 19, the last age of a teenager, because when you're 20 you're like adult. So anyway, that is somewhat more mature, more 18, 19. I am 18 and I'm in a relationship now for over 2 years, and it's going really good. But let me tell you guys, it's really hard to maintain a relationship because sometimes I just feel like killing him. But then I'm like, no, I love this person, so I have to be really nice and try to accept them, try to understand them, and it's really hard. It is a lot of sacrifice. It isn't like taking away your freedom, but it isn't just how everybody would be like. If you look at what Tumblr pictures or Pinterest pictures, and you look at these movies, these lovely romantic movies, and they're all like, love is so wonderful, it's the most amazing thing. It is a really nice thing, but it's not as it is in movies. It is really hard, because especially if you are going to maintain this relationship to marry this person, because I mean that is the only reason that you would be in a relationship, right? Not just because you like this person right now but you don't know if you would like them later on, and you're in a relationship. That is the wrong reason to be in a relationship, okay? It's just really hard to maintain. So my suggestion is, it actually all depends on you, and not only your age, but it depends on where you are at in life and what you have to accomplish too. Because if you have a lot of things to accomplish, like a lot of goals, if you are at a younger age, there are a lot of things that you still need to figure out in life. So I would say focus your time on figuring out those things. Do what you want to do, be free, do a lot of extracurricular activities. Trust me, when you are young, have fun and just enjoy life. I'm not saying go partying, do drugs, drink alcohol. No, none of those things. I never did any of those things when I was younger, and my life was still actually really fun. I was a bookworm, and I didn't really get to go a lot of places, but it was still really fun. And I just wish that my parents were able to send me to most of my extracurricular activities earlier on, but because when you get older, you actually have less time to do those things. But anyway, I'm going off topic here. Anyway, Just enjoy your time, know your priorities, know what level you are at in life, in your education, academic level, home life, your status right now, and think about it for your own self. And you have to know, just stand in the mirror and be like, am I ready for this relationship? Do I really really like this guy that I will give up a lot of things to be with him and he will give up a lot of things to be with me? Does he really like me, or is it just a summer fling? I don't know. Just make the right decision, guys, and just do the right thing. Anyway, I really hope you guys like my advice, so please, please, please subscribe to my channel if you want me to do more advice on my videos. And I will give my please, you can guys can follow me on Tumblr, on Twitter, on Pinterest. I recently started Twitter because I recently started my YouTube account. So this is part 1 of the video, and part 2 is where you guys are going to tweet me your questions, and I promise I will try to answer as much of your questions as I could in this video. Sorry, not this video, but the other video, part 2 of this video. I will really try to answer as much of your questions. So tweet me with the hashtag advice with Cav. It's written right at the title, so if you don't know how to spell it. And yeah, that's basically it. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys really like my advice. So bye, see you next time.